On today's episode of The Front Row, we are at the Silent Wings Museum here in the Hub City, one of the great cultural institutions that we have here. And our special guests are Sharon McCullar, who is the curator of the museum, and Tanis Bount, who is in charge of education here for the city of Lubbock and specifically out here at the Silent Wings Museum. Welcome to you both. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you, Clint.
Thank you very much. Yes.
One of the things that people look forward to is the Veterans Day events that you sponsor here at the Silent Wings Museum. And this has been going on for a while. Sharon, tell us a little bit about the history.
Sure. The Veterans Day event has been going on as long as the Silent Wings Museum has been in existence. Even when it was in Terrell, Texas, being run by the glider pilots themselves from 1984 to 99, they had a Veterans Day commemoration. And so when the museum moved here to Lubbock in 2002, that was just an automatic thing to keep doing. And so we always have the solemn ceremony with the color guard and the talk about what Veterans Day means and taps being played and all those elements that are part of a Veterans Day commemoration. We always have that at 11 o'clock on November 11th, which we will this year, which is a Monday. So we'll have that solemn ceremony, and that part is an opportunity for the citizens of Lubbock and the South Plains to show their respect for the veterans that have served their country and made that commitment and made that sacrifice a lot of the time. And so we're hoping we'll get a nice turnout on that Monday for that 11 o'clock ceremony and then some of the activities that we're having the rest of the day.
Right. And I understand there's something that's not quite so solemn the night before. Is that correct, Tanis?
Well, on this Friday night, on November 8th, we'll be having our big band performance. A performance very similar to the USO shows. So Finessence will be out here playing songs of the 1940s and that our greatest generation would have enjoyed and that we enjoy. And then the Social Lubbock Dance Club is going to come out and show us how some swing dance is really done. And we'll have some singers and just enjoy that spirit of the 40s, in 1945 specifically. And remind ourselves of the attitude of that generation, that idea of if it must be done, we can do it, and we will do it, and we will do it to the best of our ability, to include our downtime and the time we have to spend with our family and our friends. And so that dance on Friday night is free, as always, to the community from 6 to 8 p.m. And if you come a little bit early, about 5:30, you'll get to see the dance club starting up and practicing some steps and showing us how it's done before we get started. It's just a wonderful evening to enjoy the atmosphere and remember that even when we talk about World War II, sometimes it has a very heavy connotation and feeling to it. But when you add in the music, and I think this is true about just about any time period, when you add in the music of the time period, you begin to understand better the feeling and emotion of that group of people. And so we're really looking forward to that evening and the opportunity to take a step back in time and enjoy each other.
Right. I'm glad you said that because there is a certain kind of culture about that time and specifically the wartime that entertainment has a very specific kind of meaning, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, sure.
And there's a lot of joy in the songs. I mean, they're missing their loved one, but they're thinking about when he comes home. We're going to be joyful all the time, you know. Yeah. So there's a lot of joy in listening to the music of the big band era on Friday night this year and sit underneath the wing of the CG-4A glider, which has a very serious purpose, but understand that that generation understood that they needed to have fun when they could. And so the music of that era, the dance of that era, the clothing, as much as possible, they found those moments of joy where they could. And we that's what's really nice about having the big band performance. to kind of bracket our Veterans Day weekend and have the dance on Friday night and get some of that joy going. And then when we come back on Monday the 11th for the commemoration ceremony, we could still have that kind of vibe in the museum, which is really nice.
And for the Friday night event, people can just come. Is that
yes.
correct?
Yes, in fact, that's what we want. It's a free evening for the community to come out, experience the museum in what I think is probably its most beautiful state, and enjoy that atmosphere of community. And there is not much else, I think, in the world, other experience in the world that is the same to bring people together, unite people, and create a joyful experience as happens when we're listening to music together, when we're enjoying and experiencing that music together. And the music of the time just evokes so many memories, even for those of us who were not living at that time period. The videos we've seen, the movies we watch, that music instantly reminds us of the values that were important to our country in the 40s.
Wow.
Even the ladies that built the CG-4A glider, which we have on one of our audiovisual kiosks, is a documentary film about the women who built gliders in Pittsburgh. And one of those ladies talks about singing while she works. And I think it's Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree.
Yes.
But she talks about that the music helped her get through what was maybe not the most fun work, but really important work. And so that thread of using music and using that social connection to get through what for her was a very hard time, but ended up being joyful when her sweetie, as she says, came home to her. So we hope that the public will take advantage of both of the free events and see some of the joy, and then come back for the respect.
Right. And that takes place on Monday. What time do things kick off on Monday?
Monday, we'll open the doors at 10 a.m. just to kind of get everything started. People are welcome to come. It's free admission. We'll open the doors at 10 a.m. and we go all the way till 5 p.m. and it's free admission all day that day. We'll have the solemn commemoration ceremony at 11. That usually lasts about an hour. And then we'll have some free choice activities the rest of the afternoon. I'll be in the gallery all day ready to talk about the current Unfamiliar Territory exhibit, and there'll be an opportunity to kind of make those connections with the generation of World War II through the maps that the glider pilots were using. Or if they just want to enjoy the museum, it's an excellent day to come out and have that kind of a contemplative experience in our galleries.
Right. And we've talked on this program about the map exhibit that you have, which is so fascinating, and people should see it, absolutely. Right. And then following that, you have events in the theater as well, right?
Oh, correct. We'll be playing the documentary film. It's called Arlington Field of Honor,
Yes.
I believe, about the planning and implementation of Arlington National Cemetery. And so we'll just have that kind of on a loop in the gallery so that they can see what our national remembrance is all about. And that'll be going on all day on the 11th as well.
Right. And Tanis, you'll be here as well, I'm sure.
Actually, I am not here on the 11th. I will be here on the 8th,
Right.
and have given oversight for activities on the 11th, and we're really just looking forward to that. We love to have our community come in and be a part of that ceremony. The mayor will be here to address the crowd. Our All Saints Episcopal Choir will be here to sing patriotic songs for us that day. We'll have Jerry Serrano here to play taps later on. The Estacado Honor Guard will be with us to present the colors. So it's a community day to remember that, and to have that here on our property is just such a great honor.
Sure.
And so we're really looking forward to that.
And it goes till 5 o'clock, is that right?
We will be open till 5 o'clock for the public. The ceremony itself will go from 11 to 12.
Okay. All right, great. Well, thank you all very much for that. The exhibit that's in place right now is the map exhibit that we talked about. What's coming next for the museum?
Well, in December, we have our Holidays on the Homefront Day on December 21st in the afternoon from 1 to 4. That will be Each year we do different homemade crafts and activities to prepare us for the holidays. This year we're focusing on snow, so snowmen, snow globes, and different map-related craft activities to celebrate the holidays. And so that's a day where families can come in, come see the museum, and then included in their admission fee, they can do these different crafts with us and think about how people would have celebrated with less during World War II and still been happy about it and had just had a really good time. And so we're looking forward to those crafts and activities with our families.
All right. Y'all are certainly not any kind of deficit when it comes to creativity and having wonderful things for people to do here at the Silent Wings Museum. Our guests today, Sharon McCullar, who is the curator of the museum, and Tanis Bount, who is in charge of education here at the Silent Wings Museum. As always, thank you both so much for being our guests on the show today.
Our pleasure.
Yes, Clint, thank you.